This is the Lumix 20 to 60mm kit lens, a lens that's rejected by a lot of people or quickly moved on, but for me it's become one of my favourite lenses. In fact, it's so good I've bought two of them to use at the same time. Let me show you what I mean. So let's address the elephant in the room before we even begin. This is a kit lens. It's nothing special, nothing fancy. Actually, no, it is special, but I'll come on to that in a bit. This is by no means the best quality lens in the world. In fact, it's very cheaply made, and I'll go on to talk about a few points of how they've cut some corners to make it more affordable. But as a result, that means there's tons of them on the second-hand market. People don't really care about keeping this particular lens, so they sell them on and upgrade to maybe a 24 to 70, the standard focal length that you would get with most cameras. But I've stuck with this lens and grown to really love it for a couple of very specific reasons. So the thing I love most about this lens is that little bit of extra width it's got. It goes as wide as 20mm. Now most standard lenses, they go down to 24mm. You think 4mm wouldn't make that much difference. But to someone like me, who is a solo creator with YouTube, it does make a massive difference. Because for photo and video, sometimes I need to be in them, which means that I need that little bit of extra width. So this is me shooting at 24mm. As you can see, you're really quite close to my face. A little bit uncomfortable. I might feel like I'm talking to you directly and I'm a bit of a space invader. Now, that would work fine. You can get away with a 24 to 70 for this sort of thing, talking to a camera. But if you really want to talk properly to a camera, that extra 4mm makes a big difference. You can see my shoulders in the shot, a lot more of the background. It feels like we're talking as friends rather than me being all up in your face. And I think that it's a much friendlier shot to this sort of video. Now, you might be thinking, well, why have you got two? Why wouldn't you just go for the 20 to 60 for video and a 24 to 70 for photo? Very good question. As long-term viewers of my channel will know, I am a sucker for a bargain, and the price to performance of this lens is unlike any lens I've ever used. Considering the price that you can get these for, it is a very capable lens in terms of sharpness, in terms of versatility, and that's what attracts it to me the most. There's no other lens with this focal length, which gives me a unique perspective in my photos and is useful for my videos. I've never had something so versatile for my photography and for my videos. Of course, there's no such thing as a perfect lens. There are some compromises with this, as you'll get with any lens. Whether you're compromising on price, build quality, whatever, there's always going to be a compromise. The compromise with this is its narrow aperture. Now this has a variable aperture of f3.5 to f5.6 from the wide to the narrow end. And that means that it's not the brightest or fastest lens you'll ever have, and it won't be able to create as much background blur or bokeh as you might want to have. Now, I actually really think that the background blur is absolutely spot on for the different focal lengths of this. I think that's probably why Lumix designed this way. It's not too blurry in the background. This is at 20mm f3.5 at the moment, so this is the widest aperture that you can have. And I think, personally, when I use this lens, it looks quite good. It looks very natural. It looks, dare I say it, cinematic. It doesn't look overdone as you get with, for example, an f1.8 lens. My absolute favourite focal length on this particular lens is at 35mm exactly, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I think it's a very pleasing look to the eye when you take a photo at that focal length or you film footage at that focal length. And it's at f4.5, the aperture is, along the variable route, which means that it's the sweet spot, I think, with background blur, with letting enough light into the lens, and with a very natural look. You don't get a sort of fisheye effect. It looks like you would look at someone through a human eye. The background blur is very natural, and almost all of my B-roll that I film with this lens is done at 35mm. I absolutely love it. And I just keep coming back to the fact that I can just use one lens for everything on both my cameras. So I'm using the Lumix S5II for filming and using the Lumix S5I for photos, because I absolutely love this camera and this camera. They're basically the same, it's just this has got better autofocus and it's got a few extra features that I will probably never use. But I can share lenses between them both, and this lens in particular I find useful for everything. I could do B-roll on this and this, I can take photos with this, and it just means that wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I can take a very small setup and have very good photos and very good footage, all from a very versatile, simple little lens. I absolutely love it. And now I'd like to hear from you. Do you think that the compromises on this lens are worth it? Yes, it's not the fastest. Yes, it's not made with the best materials, but the versatility trumps all of that for me. Do you agree? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Expect to see a lot more of this lens in the future. I'll see you next time.